Okay. All right. So once again, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're calling from. And we have our ONPASSIVE digest today. Now, based on popular demand, based on questions from a lot of founders after our CEO's update a couple of days ago, we have decided to include where we are in the launching process, right? Because that used to happen in the roundtable on Mondays. Our CEO has kind of put an end to that for good reasons. So now we are saying that some people still need to understand because they are a bit confused, they are a bit worried, and some things are not just clear. So we are not only we're gonna mix where we are in the launching process and also a clearer picture or clarification of what he tries to say. Now, remember, he comes in, he loves us, we are like family. We speak for like 4 hours or so. But inside the 4-hour meeting, we have the meat of that meeting. So he has something that he wants to tell us, and he told us. So you need to really, really pay attention. I know a lot of people are texting me like during the meeting, or what's going on, what is he saying, and things like that, because they are not fully engaged. They just want to get in, get out, and hear, oh, we're launching on this day. That is not the case. We have a process, right? And guys, if you are not excited, I am really, really super excited about this opportunity. I have been engaged with it ever since day one. And I said, I'll make sure I let everybody in that can listen to me, right? So where are we in this launching process? We are doing away with the pre-launch, just crossing the T's, dotting the I's, so we can take away the pre out of pre-launch, and we are what? In the launch, okay, guys? So normally it starts off with engineers doing their thing, right? Creating these applications that we know, those digital applications that are disruptive as we know it. And a bunch of them are ready. So if you go to your back office, it is saying beta. And I explained earlier today, when somebody asked a question. So normally we have that alpha testing, which they have done in some of those products, not all of them, but we do have enough that alpha testing is pretty much done. Engineers don't have to test behind the scenes anymore. They are doing user acceptance testing. So in your back office, you will see beta. That means that we can test them. Other users are testing them, not just us. You see? So we have others that are testing these products, and they are pretty much ready for the public, okay? Because a lot of people thinking, whoa, wait a minute, do we have to launch all the products? No, we have enough to get to the public. We have enough to start commercialization. And remember, guys, our CEO is working a lot, him and his team behind the scenes, and so many pieces, so many parts, so many things are involved, right? It's not just you get the product and you're out. There are other things. For example, he told us about merchant processing, right? Merchant processing is something that you don't do in the beginning of launching a business. You get everything done, and then you go to that phase. Now, last time he gave us updates, when he got to that phase, he has to make sure we can get payments inbound, meaning into ONPASSIVE from all over the globe, and we can get payments outbound, meaning ONPASSIVE can pay everybody over 200 countries with no issues. Now, what they have found out is that, okay, inbound was pretty much okay. Outbound, they haven't been able to see any company that can handle all the outbounds. So these are other things that can bring in some kind of delay, right? So we have to be diligent enough. We have to be understanding enough. I know that we all need money. Myself, number one, I need money more than a lot of you guys, believe me, because I've been out of job for almost 6 years now, and I'm doing ONPASSIVE full time, right? 80 hours a week sometimes, okay? So I need money more than everybody else. Our CEO also needs money more than all of us combined. Why? Because he has the salaries to pay. He has overhead to pay. He has a lot of things going on. He has legal to pay. so many different pieces of the puzzle that he has to put together, right? So he's not going to come and tell us all the ugly. He's not going to come and tell us, oh, this particular issue, we went here and it got stuck here. That's not necessary. Personally, I think he's giving us a lot of info, right? And we just have to digest it, swallow it, be patient, and work with him. This guy is working, he has the heart, he's working for us, him and his team. So that keeps me comfortable. So where are we? He talked about 90 days. Now, people call me, and does that mean we're gonna launch in 90 days? Oh, that's too long? Are you guys serious? That's too long? Okay, so here's what he said about 90 days. First of all, we have a website that is coming on every Monday as of this time, okay? Every Monday, we have a website that comes on. He says within 2 weeks, we're gonna be at a point where we're having 2 websites per week, Mondays and Thursdays, okay? A couple of weeks later, we're gonna be at a point where we're gonna do at least 3 websites a week, because what happens is this: once these websites come up, they have to be tested for stress. We have to make sure, okay, that they're not gonna crash. For those of you in the United States, you know what happened when Obamacare came up, right? A lot of stress and it crashed. We don't want that with our company. So they're gonna do that 3 times a week and ultimately once a day. Now, when you start seeing these websites changing once a day, you can start celebrating, okay? You can start breakdancing, because that's the ultimate goal. Once it comes out once a week, that means it is time we are ready for the public. So that's the ultimate goal. But we're not just gonna jump and do these things, right? Now, we have a team of experts with him. He's not alone. He doesn't make these decisions out of the blue. We have people advising him legally, right? In 90 days, he said, the Hyderabad office is gonna be maxed out. And maxing it out means at least 1,000 employees, right? That's the capacity. If you're gonna launch a business of this magnitude, yes, you need a lot of staff, and that's what we're doing. We don't want a situation where, because we are sensing this thing is gonna go viral in a hurry, right? Because it's a business of the people, for the people, and by the people. It's a no-brainer. It is going to go viral. So we have to be ready. And how do we get ready? Make sure we have enough staff. Make sure there's redundancy. Redundancy means we have staff in other parts of the world. For example, those of us who have been here for some time, you recall when we had a pandemic, there was a time when in Hyderabad, employees could not go to work, I think for about a month, if I'm not mistaken. And so what happens? It could be anything. It could be a minor earthquake. God forbid, I'm not praying for that. It could be anything that will make sure, or that will ensure that we cannot go to work in this area. Well, guess what? If we have offices in Spain, if we have offices in Africa, somewhere, or in anywhere in South America, for example, that helps us for redundancy. That means that we are not depending on only one location. That is crucial for our business, especially a business of this magnitude. Now, he also talked about what? The data center, right, guys? If you know how big that is, that data center alone is enough to make sure all of us as founders, we are not hungry. Now imagine the addition of all the other products. And that data center is crucial. Why is it crucial? Because everything that ONPASSIVE does, we want it to be unlimited, right? Unlimited. Now, can you imagine, just for this limited stuff that we have with AWS, we are paying so much money. Can you imagine if we start going unlimited? AWS can decide to mess us up at any point in time, and we have no choice. Okay? First of all, it will be so cost prohibitive that being unlimited is going to be a problem. Okay? So the good news, we already have one data center that is up and running. Things are being migrated, right? We talk about regions. within 90 days, all the different regions will be complete, right? Which is good. You know what that means? You have a data center here. I used to be a data center engineer once upon a time, okay? You have a data center here, say in United States. People logging in from Asia. Yes, it's gonna get to that data, but yes, it's also gonna be slow. There's something called latency, right? So we want to reduce that latency in addition to being redundant. So by the time we get these data centers all over the globe, in Asia, in Africa, in North America, in South America, all over the place, we are ready for prime time. Now, he's not saying that all those data centers have to be in place before we can launch. That's not what we're saying. He's just giving us progress, what they're doing, okay? So we can be rest assured that he is looking for the future, he is planning for us for long term. And he also said he's doing so many other things, guys, so that we're not dependent on only one or two or even those 50 products. At no point in time is he gonna come and say, hey guys, ONPASSIVE cannot pay you this month because such a product is not working, because that is not working. No, we are having other sources of income, a lot. And remember, the biggest source of income, guys, that we're gonna get just from publicity, because we have value, we're gonna attract value, we're gonna attract customers that will come and not go anywhere, that will come and stay. Guess what's gonna happen to all these companies that do advertisement? They advertise today with Facebook, they advertise today with Google, all of those companies. We're gonna get a bunch of that market. So things are happening, guys, we just have to be patient, right? Some things are beyond our control. Things can come up, we can have bumps on the road. They can slow us a bit, maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, but they cannot stop us at this point. Yes, it is true that the global economy is bad. ONPASSIVE did not cause that. The CEO has promised us to help us get out of that. He did not help us to get into that, but he will help us get out of that. So for Christ's sake, let's work with him. Let's be patient. Let's get engaged. Let's encourage him to make sure these things happen. And he has said, ONPASSIVE is going to be the stimulus to the world economy. That is not an easy task, guys. We have something, and we have to have faith. What is faith? Faith is when you believe without seeing. When you have faith, you trust that process. And we have a CEO that I believe is God sent, right, to come and help us get out of this slump. And he is putting together the best team. He is putting together every effort that he can muster. Our CEO is putting together, working behind the scenes, getting sleep for 2 hours or less. Guys, we just have to get together, get behind him, rally behind him, get our teams, guys, because those people who are not engaged, they are the ones that are coming and, you know, asking questions like, they come into the webinar, when are we going to launch? Do we have a date? Oh, I'm out. And then they go back and they send me texts, right? Or they call me. So please, let's get our folks to be here every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern, because whatever happens during the week, okay, we're going to make it sense. We're going to make sense out of it so that you guys can see where he's coming from, okay? So we're in a good place. He hasn't said we're going to launch after 90 days. He's just said in 90 days, these things are going to be complete. So be very, very mindful of that. Any point in time, as of now, any point in time, he can come and announce the merchant processing is complete. We are going to start commercializing, and all of us are going to be happy, right? The bottom line here, it is a done deal. Okay, guys? I hope I covered every point. Now, if I don't, I will take them from the questions. Okay, guys? So just upgrade your dreams and be ready. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Papa Africa. Wow. Thank you so much for the great encouragement. We are at the right place at the right time. We have to